In our culture, you don't dare reach out and connect with another human. Oh, I'm too afraid. What if they're offended? Yeah, that's why we're in the problem. That's why we're in the world that we're in now. Because I came from an era, and I'm Italian. Any Italians in here? Italians? La familia, huh? So, all my life, you hug people. You're open and you're kind to people. And it's interesting to me, I believe that there is a direct correlation. I think there's a direct connection between what is happening in our culture where you don't dare touch somebody and the anger that people feel. People feel so alone and isolated. And people that I've met over the years at conventions, 500 at a time, appreciate the hug and the kindness and that openness. And just a couple don't. Just a few. But it ends up ruining it for everybody. Because suddenly you're afraid to just reach out and be kind to somebody. And they may desperately need that. This young lady, I'm going to pick on you. That's fine. This young lady could be going through the worst time in her life right now. And it was all she could do. It took every ounce of energy she could find to drag herself to this event to meet me. Okay? And she might be in such a bad place emotionally, been abandoned by a parent or a sibling or a boyfriend, and the fact that I came up, the fact that I came up to her and did this, and looked her in the face and acknowledged her and connected with her, might give her the strength she needs to continue. Whereas if I sat behind the table and went, thanks for coming. And then she goes home and she is as lonely and feels as disconnected as she ever did. I'm not even applying this to my situation. I hope you understand this. I'm talking about our world. People have become so angry and so easily offended by everything. And I really think that there is a connection between the culture that is telling us, don't you dare touch anybody. Don't connect. No human contact. Because it could be offensive or it could be misconstrued. But I think there's a connection between that and the isolation people feel and the anger that they feel. It would never be my desire to hurt anyone. I would never in a billion years want to offend or hurt anyone. That has never been my intention or my desire.
That's why we're here.
You see? Okay guys, so subscribe to Unreal Gaming. This is from one of his videos in his YouTube channel. This is a very recent video. If you haven't heard, right, this man is named Vic Mignogna, right, and he's being accused for sexual assault. And everybody with more than 8 brain cells can tell that all of this evidence, all of these accusations are false. Alright, and the people attacking him have been falsifying evidence, have been demolishing his reputation for 5 months up until now, that he has been suing for defamation. Now, if you want to know more about the story, you could go to Unreal Gaming and some other channels, Yellow Flash. Okay, so you go to their channels and you go and check this out. Super Saiyan Paul, I think, is another guy that does reviews this and that umbrella guy. So this is the thing, right? Um, and Vic has made so many points in this video, right? We can no longer be friendly with anybody. We can no longer be humans, right? There's a difference between being a pedophile and just being a friendly neighbor, right? There's a difference. And nowadays, you cannot be a friendly neighbor, right? You cannot go to your neighbor and be like, hey, I picked you guys some cookies. Welcome to the neighborhood. You cannot do that, right? You cannot be like, you cannot hug someone. You cannot shake, you cannot have any physical contact with anybody. You cannot even look at them. There's there's cases where people get sued because they get looked weird, right? So we're not allowed to do anything. So what's the point of having friends? What's the point of having new connections when you're always afraid, right? Afraid of people falsifying evidence and literally putting your reputation down the drain, man. Like, it really hurts me, man, because I almost went through the same experience as he did, right? So I'm gonna go over this. All right, this is a very personal story. This is one of those times that I was really scared for my life. So we were at an event, right, in a certain group. I don't want to disclose as much information. I want to keep as much information private, okay? So we were in a group where me and a couple students, and the one in charge of us, the advisor, right? She told me, Ed, that's my name, Ed, you're in charge of everyone. You're responsible because you're a senior. You're responsible. You've been in this organization for 4 years, and you have proven that you are responsible. So please make sure these people don't get in trouble. So there's this one girl. Let's give her a name, Jessica. Let's call her Jessica. Right? She's all trouble. She was bragging in the table all the day long about how many boys she has fucked and all. How many seniors she has fucked. And keep in mind, she's a freshman. Right? So already doesn't sound like a good person. So in the middle of the day, like in the afternoon, I hear that she's planning to fight someone. And I'm like, oh, hold on. I'm not gonna let her ruin the reputation of our school, right? Because if she does get into a fight, the school might be banned from ever joining this event and organization. So I'm following her just in case she gets into a fight. And I tag along with her group of friends. They start running away from me. I try to chase them down, and they go to the girls' bathroom. So when I saw them go in, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Let me get security. Right? And all of a sudden I see the state trooper, because this is a tech school we're in. So we go, I tell the state trooper, hey, this is going on. I've been trying to keep an eye on these chicks. They managed to slip away by entering the girls' bathroom. I literally don't know what they're going to do. They're planning to fight someone from this other school. So they go over, they take them into the principal's office, right? And I get called into the principal's office. All right. And I tell them my side of the story and what happened. And can you believe that she had the gall, all right, that she had the nerve to say he touched me inappropriately. Okay, so keep this in mind. At this point, I'm 18. This chick is no older than 14. 15 if you're pushing it, right? And she's saying I'm touching her inappropriately. Now tell me, how does that look? Really, how does that look? And my advisor, one of the advisors that was there, the principal and the state trooper, all looked at me, right? But my advisor and the principal all look at me with the eyes of, this is bullshit. Because they knew it was bullshit, right? Because she's the one getting in trouble and she's trying to deflect everything on me. And I thank God that I have an advisor, the principal, and the state trooper that actually knew what was going on, right? That didn't really try to slam me on the ground and arrest me. These were people who knew me for 4 years. They knew me. They knew my personality. They knew who I hang out with. They knew everything about me. I never hid anything from them. And I always behave myself with them. And whenever they gave me a responsibility, I did it. Right? So she's basically making a false allegation. And I told her in her face, what is it in it for me to go for you? I've worked 4 years of my life trying to gain the respect of everyone in this organization. I worked my ass off. Right? Everybody knows who I am. Everybody loves me in this organization. Every school, every individual knows who I am. If they've been here for the past 4 years, they know who I am. And I've made so many bonds with everyone. For you to come and say that I sexually assaulted you, are you trying to ruin my reputation? Why would I ruin my reputation? Why would I risk everything I worked for 4 years for you? Right? And she's like, oh, I don't know. Like, bitch, you do know. You do not want to get in trouble. And you're trying to deflect the trouble on me. Right? So she leaves. And my advisor basically tells me, hey, I understand what's going on. She basically wanted to get out of trouble and make you look bad. So you don't have to worry about it. So that was it about that situation. But that was the scariest moment of my life. Scariest. Because let me remind you, at that point I was 18. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a grown-ass man, right? And I could just go to jail for however that long I would have been given, right? And these are some serious charges, right? I was scared for my life. I was scared because I knew that if any of them believed this, right? If any of them believed this, I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't even be allowed to join the Marines. I wouldn't even be 500 meters away from the freaking office to sign off to enlist for the Marines. Nowhere near them. Right? Nowhere near them. And I was afraid. Because there are so many cases like this. Like, for example, there was a football player. He could have made it big into the NFL. Right? He was great. He had a scholarship. He had everything. His life all set up. A superstar. What happened? Accused of rape. Sentenced to 15 years in prison. But came out early due to good behavior. Right? And then the chick that accused him of rape on Facebook, she decided to say, yeah, the rape never happened. He ended up suing her, I believe. But I don't think anything happened to her. There's so many cases like this that happen so many fucking times. That people go to jail for false allegations. Turns out to be false. The allegations to be false. And the female gets scot-free. Another case, this chick got 15 guys in prison due to gang rape, right? 15 guys, different, all different guys in different occasions, right? In the same year. Well, not the same year, but she got a lot of guys, right? 7 of them, no. 1 of them already have served 5 years. One of the 15 guys served 5 years already. And all the allegations were proven false. Well, how does that look in our court system? Really, how does that look? Right? Right. What else? Brett Kavanaugh. This is a very recent case as well. Christine Ford accused him of rape. Apparently that it, quote unquote, happened 30 plus years ago, was proven false. So, nobody heard of her. She grabbed her GoFundMe of $1 million and left. Nobody knows where she is, basically. You have to research that on Google or something, because I haven't heard of her since the Kavanaugh case. So how does that look? Right? And this case, Vic Mignogna, being accused of sexual assault and also rape, or attempt of rape, I guess. And his reputation was ruined. Got fired from Funimation. Now he's not able to do his job properly anymore. All he has to rely on is conventions, and yet the people accusing him, right, the people responsible for this, threat conventions to not have him on, because otherwise they won't come to the convention. And these are people, right, who has worked with Vic for the past 20 years. These are other voice actors. Something gotta change, right? Something gotta change in the court system. Because if we're allowing people's reputation to get ruined like that, then why, at this point, just get rid of everything. Get rid of laws. Right? Because we already have the stigma of guilty till proven innocent, which is the wrong way to go with things. It's innocent until proven guilty. But in this modern age, you are labeled a rapist and you stay a rapist even if you never rape anyone. Right? Right. Well, subscribe to Unreal Gaming. Right? I'll leave a link to his video in the description. Now see you guys soon. Right? Also go to his Twitter and follow him. Literally, his Twitter's right there on the. You could just type that on the lower left-hand side corner. So, guys, I'll see you soon.